Hey guys, Kris here. 2 days ago, I uploaded a video about the new and cheaper versions of the Polestar 2. But when I actually shot that video, I filmed a segment where I was talking about its competitors, the ID.3 and the Tesla Model 3, which is, well, the topic of today's video. More specifically, the Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus and its enormous price cut that it has gotten here in Norway. But when I edited that video, it just became a bit too long, a bit too off topic. So I just wanted to condense it and make it a bit more focused. So if you haven't seen that video, I would highly recommend you guys to check out that video. Link in the description box down below. It will give you more context for this video. But yeah, today's topic, the Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus, which now starts at 349,000 kroners here in Norway. That is a 50,000 kroner price cut. It's also gotten a price cut in the US over the pond, but that price cut isn't as recent as the price cut we have here. But there it costs $37,490, which is even cheaper than here. That translates to 308,000 kroners. That is insane. So what I want to talk about in today's video is, would I now buy a Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus after it getting its enormous price cut? And should you get a Standard Range Plus now that it's only 350,000 kroners? And remember guys, at that price point, it basically comes with everything as standard. Your only options are winter wheels and fully autonomous driving, autopilot. Other than that, everything is standard. And at that price point, that is insane. But before I'm going to answer if I would get one or if you should get one, I want to address a few comments I've been getting lately, or since I actually started talking about Tesla a few months back, and especially on videos where I review a Tesla or I compare it to a Tesla, where people think I hate Tesla. That is absolutely not true, guys. I don't hate Tesla. I'm a huge fan of the brand. I've been following them since, well, the inception of the Roadster in the late 2000s, guys. And I'm also a huge fan of Elon Musk. I, commend him and adore him for SpaceX and all the other crazy stuff he's trying to do. I mean, we need more people like that. He's an amazing person, and yeah, going to go down in history as one of the coolest and most awesome people in, well, of this generation. So I applaud Elon Musk and what he's doing. So I'm always going to support Tesla as a company as long as they keep doing cool stuff. I've also been a huge fan of the Tesla Model S since it came out, well, almost 10 years ago. So I don't hate Tesla at all. Just because I don't put the Tesla Model 3 at this pedestal above every other car and just, clap at every Tesla Model 3 that drives past me doesn't mean I hate Tesla or the Model 3. The Model 3 has things I don't like the ride quality is too harsh. It has too short suspension travel, in my opinion, for Norwegian roads and where I live. If you live in a place with smooth asphalt, well, good for you. You don't have the same issues with roads that I have, so you don't have to deal with that. So those issues may not, even be a concern of yours. But here, it is, for me at least. And also I find the cabin too noisy, especially road noise. And again, in Norway, in the Nordics, we have coarser roads, coarser asphalts, because it has to withstand winters and rain and snow and storms. So that means that our roads are coarser, but also the rain is the worst culprit for, well, wearing out roads. Our roads after a year will go from very smooth asphalt to coarse asphalt. That's just how the roads are here. So for me, road noise is important because I cover a lot of miles over long distance at high speed. If you don't do that, well, it may not matter at all. If I worked and lived in a city, I probably wouldn't care as much about road noise as I do, but I do care about ride comfort, and for me, it's still too uncomfortable. And the third thing is that the car just feels brittle. And I was talking to a friend of mine, I had a coffee with him just about 2 hours ago, and he's now selling his Tesla Model 3 because he needs a bigger car because, well, they're expecting another kid. But he also talked about the brittleness, that it just feels brittle. And like this Polestar 2 compared to a Tesla Model 3 feels like a tank. This feels like a typical German car with its solidity, the closing of the doors, the way, the chassis and the structure feels over a speed bump, which just feels completely different than what you find in a Tesla Model 3. So those are the main three things I don't like about the Tesla Model 3, which previously has, well, put me off the Tesla Model 3. I do like its exterior design. I do like the interior design. I like the interior quality and the practicality. I like the screen, though I wish it had, a driver's display. There are a lot of things I do like about the Tesla Model 3, but those things I don't like outweigh the things I like. And that's just my subjective opinion. You may be different. You may have other things you care about. That's just how we work. But okay, that is me. And now that it is 350,000 kroners starting price, does that make a difference for me? Actually not, because at that price point, I would probably get a Volkswagen ID3 business, which has a bit more extra kit than the standard, but still gives you, about the same range, that is 420 kilometers versus 448. It doesn't have the performance, but I don't care too much about the performance. It's also more practical, arguably, because it is a hatchback. It has a smaller footprint, so it fits, European cities better. And it also has superior ride quality and better NVH levels. And it also feels more solidly built, though the interior feels cheap and is made out of cheap plastics. The whole structure just feels more solid. So I would probably get that car instead. If not, I would get a Polestar 2 base front wheel drive standard range, which has 440 kilometers of WLTP range compared to the 448, though it is 40,000 kroners more expensive and comes with less kit, because even at that price with no options, you still get much better ride, a much more quiet cabin. You get the solidity of this interior and the whole car in of itself. And in my opinion, I think this looks so much better than any other EV on the market. And even with the base model, you get the 19-inch wheels with this exterior styling. You get front wheel drive. Yes, it is what it is. It will be better in winter than the rear wheel drive of the standard range plus and the ID3. That's just a fact. Front wheel drive cars, even EVs, are much better in winter at getting through snow. When I had the ID3 in winter with the rear wheel drive, I got stuck 2 times in a day. When I had the Kia e-Soul with front wheel drive, same conditions, I didn't get stuck at all. So being able to turn the driving wheels in the snow is a huge advantage. So that is something to consider. This car also has 2 centimeters more ground clearance than a Tesla Model 3. So that's, something also to consider. But my point is, for me, that price cut is amazing, but it's not enough to overcome its weaknesses that I just can't live with. I'm sorry guys if you're disappointed, but that's just me. But then the last question is, should you get a Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus? Well, if you're looking at one and you're thinking of getting one, get it now, because this discount, this sale, whatever you want to call it, isn't going to last forever. This is what Tesla do. They reduce the prices and then they bump up the prices. And this price reduction is probably because of Volkswagen reduced the price of the ID3, the introduction of the ID4. Now we have the Skoda Enyaq also that undercuts the ID4, and then Polestar coming with the cheaper versions of the Polestar 2. So they just want to stay competitive, and that is very, very cool. I applaud them for that. Their dynamic pricing is amazing, and it would be cool to see more car manufacturers doing that. So if you're looking to get a Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus, get it now. There are no price reductions on the long range or the performance, so, well, you'll just have to evaluate that on your own. But if you're looking to get a Standard Range Plus, get it now, because this sale isn't going to last forever. If you're on the fence, test drive one. If you don't have the opportunity, I would almost advise you to go out and buy one, because if you don't like it, you can always sell it, and if you wait long enough till the prices go up again, you could probably get most of your money back. So yeah. So for me, it really doesn't make a difference, but for a lot of people out there, it's probably going to make a huge difference because that is an amazing price point. You're not going to get more range, more car, more performance for that price. It really is a bargain. So if you aren't bothered by the road noise, the ride quality, and the brittleness of the feeling of the interior. I mean, we have to separate. The quality of the materials are nice. It feels solid, but the car just feels brittle. You'll have to drive one to understand what I'm talking about. But I've talking to plenty of people who, have the same opinion as me of the Tesla Model 3. So if those things aren't an issue, it's an amazing car. And if you've been on the fence, go out and buy one now. You're going to be very happy. But let me know, guys, in the comment section down below. Does this, change your mind from another car you were thinking of? Were you thinking of an ID3 and then the Tesla Model 3 was too expensive, but now you're going to get the Tesla Model 3? I'm curious to know, or doesn't this make any difference at all? So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below. And for more car content, as always, guys, please subscribe. See you guys later and goodbye.
Cloudless skies in the midday.